So do you work with a trainer, or do you always work out by yourself?
Everything I do, I've never had a trainer in my entire life. Really? Never. Not one time.
Do you read about physiology or exercise science or anything like that?
Nothing.
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 But what about like when they learn new shit about new ways to, enhance shoulder stability or new exercises? You're not interested?
Nope. I don't I don't do it for that reason.
What do you do it for?
Still to this day, man. To this day, it is for me to become better mentally. How I look has just become I have thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles on this body, running, pull-ups, push-ups, swimming, whatever you want to call it. This body is what it is now. It's from repetition. It's not from studying, hey, if you hold your plank for this long, fuck all that bullshit. I don't care about it. I just do it for my mind.
Right.
I want to continue to harden because that's the only thing I want. That's what I want. I want to have that mind ready for life.
But you also want to increase your range of motion, like
you said before. Range of motion is huge.
You want to make sure that you're not causing any additional injuries. Wouldn't you want to stabilize some areas that maybe you feel like you might have weaknesses and find out new techniques to do that?
Have you seen me with my shirt off?
No.
Yeah. It's stable as fuck.
I saw you when you had your shirt off when you first came here. I walked in. Dave got here early, and by the time I got here, he was already doing chin-ups.
Yeah, it's stable. It's stable. You do some pull-ups, push-ups, man. That's some stable shit.
Yeah.
But all that stuff is very important, honestly. Just all jokes aside, man. Full range of motion, getting your shoulder rotation, all that stuff is very important. I learned a lot about that coming up. I had a lot of people I worked out with that were real smart about all this stuff. I'm a real old school meat eater, like Bill Kazmaier type of lifter. I don't look like it. Back when I was that guy in the back of the skinny guy, that's what I did. And I got off really big into human performance, about the body, strength, fitness. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a hybrid motherfucker. A guy that could run 200 miles and then go to the gym with your meathead who's scared of running and lift with him. So that was my whole thing in life. I wanted to be the guy who can run 200 miles with the skinny guys and then go to the gym with the big meatheads and say, okay, load it up. Let's go. So that was my whole thing.
That's a very difficult thing to tie the two of them together. When you think ultra marathon runners or people that run long distances, they're very thin.
Right.
Very thin guys. Like when you were talking about the first time you ran 100 miles that you did deadlifts the night before, like that is just fucking preposterous. Nobody does that.
No, yeah. So me and the guy I talked about in the book, it's Silverback Gorilla is what I call him in the book. That's not his real name, obviously. But yeah, he saw me go into my car the night before my first 100-mile race. And, it's like he called me out. Said, hey, Goggins, come here. When a Navy SEAL calls you out, a guy that puts you through 3 hell weeks, you're like, you know what? Fuck. I got to go to the gym and lift heavy now. So we're doing squats, deadlifts, power cleans, heavy bench presses. And I'm thinking, I have to run 100 miles tomorrow. But I also knew he was coming out there to watch me. So I was like, you know what? You put me through 3 hell weeks. You were my instructor. So now it's my turn to educate you on what a human can do. Because I know you could be sitting there thinking while you're watching me with your wife and your kid, and you just worked out with me the night before. We went real heavy, did the heaviest shit, and we're sore. You're going to sit there while you watch me run around this 1-mile track. How the fuck is he doing that shit right now? We lifted heavy as hell, and he's running 100 miles and never has run past 20 miles in his life. I use that for a lot of fuel. So that gym workout, Mr. Silverback Gorilla, there was a lot for my mentality that brought with me. 'Cause I knew I would see you. And he came at mile 50 with a package of 6 donuts that I chomped up with the quickness. So I used that workout for a lot of motivation. 'Cause I knew he'd see me. I know he'd be thinking about it.
How'd you not get rhabdo that day?
You know what? I don't know what I got that day, but I talk about it in the book again, that when I went home that night or that morning, that was single-handedly nothing even close. I'm 43 years old now. There's nothing even close to that pain. I knew for a fact I wasn't going to get out of that tub. I knew I was done. I was talking about dehydrated, no nutrition. I was eating Ritz crackers and Mileplex. That was the worst pain I'd ever experienced in my entire life. I was pissing Coca-Cola out of me. It was bad. It was bad.
She probably did have rhabdo.
I guarantee it. I guarantee I
You're
was
pissing
bad.
Coca-Cola. That's not-
Coca-Cola.
No bueno.
Yeah, no bueno, sir. It was bad. And my ex-wife was like, fuck,